Hello. Happy Independence Day. This is July 4th in the United States. We celebrate the time we the time that we declared our independence from Great Britain and fought a war to make it happen. There's a lot of patriotic stuff going on today, and I know there's some people who kind of just don't want to have anything to do with patriotism. Some people are super patriotic. I fall somewhere in the middle. Um, I love our country. I love what we stand for, but I also realize that there are things that our country didn't do. There are some problems that and things in our country, especially in our history, that we failed badly. Slavery and what we did to the American Indians, and it's a mixed bag. But that's countries like people aren't all one thing. You don't find people who are all good. You don't find, and on the other hand, you don't find people who are all bad. All of us are a mixture, and we as a country come together. We are a mixture. Our country does things that are not good, but overall, the idea of freedom and the things that are the way our country was founded, that we can be free to do what we want to do and to be the people that we want to be without the government telling us who we have to be and what we have to do, is a good thing. And I'm of the opinion that our government is encroaching more and more, telling us how to live our lives and what we're supposed to do and what we have to do, that I would like to see our government back off a little bit and allow us to have the kind of freedom that our founders fought for. That's just me. I know that there are other people who think that we have too much and that the government needs to tell us what to do and what not to do even more. But that's the way our country is set up. We have the freedom to say what we think and to live the life that we want to live the best that we can. I celebrate that. What I wanted to talk about is, for me, there was a time when corporations and a lot of other people were talking about finding your purpose in life. And for companies and corporations, you had to write a mission statement. What is the mission statement of your company? What is the mission statement of the place that you work? And then if you are an employee there, you buy onto the mission statement. And then you were also right to people who are doing that for themselves personally, taking that as a good idea. If it's good for the company, it's good for me. What is my personal mission within the role of the company? I have been out of corporate America long enough that I don't know if that's still being done in big corporations or small corporations. I do know that I don't see it so much talked about on the internet and through social media. There's a little bit of talk about purpose, but a long time ago, there's a guy named Rick Warren who wrote a book called The Purpose Driven Life. And it seemed that everyone was reading it. I didn't read it because I've seen those kinds of movements come through society, or come through, and everyone jumps on board and everyone's trying to find their purpose. I'm like, I'm fine the way I am. But after all of the hoopla died down of the purpose-driven life, I started realizing that my approach to life for most of my life has been a kind of go with the flow. Like, why do I need to plan? I just kind of float along and do whatever comes next, do whatever seems to come up. That was a lot of the way I approached goal setting, my life. And so I didn't really have a mission or I have a purpose. I was kind of, yeah, in general, I want to be a good person, I want to help other people. I'd like to make an impact. I'd like to bring people into a relationship with Jesus, which is as a follower of Jesus, that's what I think that's a good thing. And so that was kind of, I didn't really have a purpose that I'd written down. And anytime I sat down to write a purpose, I kind of went blank. I was like, well, I want to love God and have fun. And that was kind of where I was at. But after it was kind of on the tail end of all the purpose-driven life and writing a mission statement, I was like, okay, and I'm going to settle down and really try to apply myself to figure out what is my mission. What am I about? What's my life all about? And so this has been 5 years ago or so that I did this. And I wrote it and then I forgot about it. I could not remember what it was for a while. And and then it it finally came back to me. I was like, "Oh yes, freedom. I want to be about freedom because living my life, what part of the reason that I didn't have any focus and I was kind of going with the flow is because I had a lot of limiting beliefs that whenever I would try to do something, whenever I try to set goals, whenever I try to change my life and do something better, I had this belief inside of me that I was not supposed to be a winner, that I was supposed to not be competitive. I told myself I'm not a competitive person. I'll go and play sports. I'll play hard, and but win or lose, that's not that big a deal. Competition wasn't that competition was something that I avoided because I wasn't good at competing, and I saw myself as a loser, and and that just was the way something that it was like theme through my life. I never really could be a winner, and I didn't see myself as a winner. In fact, tied to with my religious beliefs was that winning wasn't supposed to, if winning was not supposed to be something a good Christian did. I had to reprogram a lot of those limiting beliefs. And so, my purpose statement, my mission statement was I want to be free from the religious ideals and the religious bondage that came along with a lot of being in church all of my life and grown up, all of the rules of thou shalt not, or thou shalt. Every church has those lists of prohibitions. You can't do that. You can't do that. And obligations. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to, and all of the things you're supposed to do to be a good member of that church. And depending on which church you're in, those obligations and prohibitions vary. And so, but I was in a church and I had my list of prohibitions. These are the things I don't do because I'm a religious Christian person, and these are the things that I'm supposed to do. Now, the thing is, human nature being what it is, everybody does things that are on the prohibition. You do the things that you're not supposed to do, and you don't really do all of the things that you're supposed to do. That's just the nature of religion. That's the nature of religion when you try to do things and follow the rules on your own, in your own power. And I was a very religious person. And again, like I said, part of my religious training was I wasn't supposed to be a winner. When I came to what I wanted to say, I wanted to write down of what I'm about. I said, I want to find a way to be free from all that religious garbage that has been holding me back and keeping me from doing the things that I want to do because I thought I wasn't supposed to be that kind of a person as a good Christian. And I said, this has been going on for too long. I need to get free from this religious crap. So freedom. So that was my first thing. I want to be free from being a religious person. I didn't want to leave Jesus. I didn't want to forsake God. I didn't want to go off and do, whatever I wanted. I still wanted to follow God, but I wanted to get rid of the religious crap. So freedom to live as a free person, following Jesus, loving Jesus, and being like Jesus as much as I can. So that was my first freedom. The second freedom was freedom from poverty and sickness. I have the belief that my mind, my faith can bring me into, keep me from want and lack in my finances, and also sickness and disease in my health. In fact, my parents focused a lot on that, of saying what you say and the things that come out of your mouth have a direct impact on your physical health. And that's, if you want, you can look that up. There's some proven facts that your attitude and your expectation about what your health is has a huge impact. Placebo effect, for example. Look it up. I'm not going to debate that here, but that was my approach of saying, okay, I want to get rid of the religious stuff, be free from that, but I also want to be free from this poverty idea. That the idea was that God did not want me to be wealthy. I wanted to dump that as well with all the religious stuff. And that the other thing is the idea of sickness, that I wanted to be free from being sick, and I wanted to be free from all of this, the aches and pains that people tend to expect from getting older. I says, okay, I believe that my mindset can make my body healthy, and I can be physically active until the day I die. And that is what my plan is. And so my freedom is, I'm not going to have those illnesses come on me. So freedom from religion, freedom from poverty and sickness and disease, freedom to be the person that God has planned for me to be. That is my personal mission statement. That's the overriding thing of what I am doing doing here in Facebook, and all of my online stuff, all of the online message that I want to give is to help other people find that kind of freedom, get free from whatever stuff has held you back from your childhood and all of the mindset that has been developed, to get free to live a life get free to live a life of purpose, meaning an abundance and success, health and wellness, a life that you could I call that living from the inside out. That's the way that I best describe it. That who I am is expressed in what I do, living from the inside out, freedom from all of the garbage from my past. And now I'm living a life that I love. I'm looking forward to a future that I think my best years are ahead of me. And that's just the approach that I have. That's the mindset I have. And that's the mindset that I want to help other people develop as well, to get free from all of the ideas of how life has to be as you go through life, all of the things that you just accept as normal. We all accept that, typically, not all of us, but in society, there's an acceptance that as you get old, you slow down and you develop disease. And I was like, that doesn't have to be that way. What you expect and what you want from life is what you get. What you believe you're going to have is what you get. That's what I'm about here. That's what living from the inside out is healthy soul, bringing health, prosperity to your finances and to your physical health. That is what I want. And now thinking back to Independence Day, of the freedom for our country, we live in, supposedly, what they say, the land of the free and the home of the brave. That's what I want. I want to be free in the land of the free. So as I celebrate Independence Day, those are some thoughts that I have. Hey, if what I've said resonate, if what I said here resonate, I'm having difficulty getting this word out. If it resonates with you, if you say, wow, I've got some stuff in my life that's been holding me back, I want to be looking forward to my best years ahead of me. That's what I'm talking about here on this channel. And if you'd like to be part of that, subscribe below, and you won't miss out on anything new that comes out. I'm talking about living from the inside out. I want to help you live from the inside out to have your best life ever. Subscribe below, and I'll see you next time.